Today on the Dude Absolutely podcast, Palpatine is his own grandpa, droid phrenology, a shout out to Andy Matfield, the ideal situation, Kochs, more like Kochs, and Dick alopecia. Enjoy the show.
Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.
And that is the least important part of that entire episode, just so we're aware.
So
Doesn't need any children.
So I've watched.
No.
Dang.
No.
You ate us. Okay, so
He ate like a dozen of them.
we finally watched Mandalorian. Right? We had time. I was like,
So you watched
fucking,
some Mandalorian.
I watched all of it with the exception of what came out Friday.
How the fuck?
Because Kim wasn't home. She was working this week.
God damn it, Christopher. That's the one episode you needed to watch.
I know. And I know exactly why. Because I saw your character and I was like, well, somebody's going to cry for sure.
Yeah, I was very close to crying. There was just it was so sentimental. And it was like, she was perfect.
So now the scene is set.
See, this is where you need to
it's
watch
Clone Wars.
This
right?
is where you need to watch Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Because
Now I'm caught up with why there was the blood stealing and shit like that, and why Pico de Beppo, what's his name?
Buka de Beppo.
Buco de Beppo.
Yeah. Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was hunting after that Blizzard.
Yeah. What?
Blizzard. It's blood for your Blizzy.
Oh, I thought you said Blizzard, and I was like, is that a character I don't know?
So what's up with that Blizzard?
Dude, your Blizzard is fucking sick. Dude.
What's
What's up, Chachi?
What was I gonna say?
What's up, you gringo?
Oh, I
What's
remember.
up, you honky?
Yeah, thank you. Que onda juero?
What underwear? Is that?
No. Que onda juero? Which is, what's up, Whitey?
Oh, okay.
In Spanish.
Quit talking and speak American, you fucking...
Fine.
You
What's up,
bastard.
chosen one?
Oh, you bastard.
Oh, shit. Okay. Couple things on the docket for me.
Yeah.
Thing number one. So Kim is like,
What is this, the Cat in the Hat?
Got him.
Nice.
Ouch!
Everything's recording, right? Where's my camera?
Yeah, whoops.
Now, Kim and I were like, she's like, warm up some cup of noodles. And we're going to sit downstairs and watch Mandalorian.
On the brand new telly, huh?
On the brand new telly, on the brand new sectional. Thank you for bringing it downstairs first. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for not bringing it downstairs and for doing absolutely nothing to help carry it.
I plugged the TV in.
Oh, that's right.
Wow.
We used
My
her
big arms.
long arms. That's
Was that
right.
before or after you both ate that fucking entire bag of chips?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was well
bastards.
after it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
That's good chips.
Dude, that was... Okay, put a pin in whatever you're saying, because this is a quick thing. I meant this in the best way possible when I said this, but that seriously was the most fat guy thing that's ever happened. You literally, like, stepped in dog shit, so you went inside.
No. Kim stepped in dog
stepped
shit.
in dog shit. So you went inside to grab paper towels. Then me and Kim just were like, fuck it, we're going to carry some stuff. And then we went, by the time we got downstairs, you had chips in your beard.
Yeah. Excuse me? This is a weird sound.
It was so funny. I was like, you couldn't make it down a flight of stairs without giving in. It was hilarious. And also, Kim was like, why didn't you open the door? And you were like, well, I was too busy up there. And you had a cookie in your hand. And then we went back upstairs, and you grabbed another cookie.
Well, yeah. There was more to eat.
You got to figure out that reward system of yours, because like walking the flight of stairs isn't grounds for getting another cookie.
You don't think so?
Maybe it is. I don't fucking know.
Okay, so we decide to watch Mando. Thank you to both of you, by the way.
Are my
for your
headphones low and I'm just like totally maxing out this mic or what? No, I mean, you can turn... Holy shit, you can turn them back down. I liked that level. I just wasn't sure if I was talking too loud.
Oh, no. You're good.
All right.
It's all good.
All right, cool.
Plus, these microphones are like magic. Like, they
They'll balance me.
Yeah, it's
okay,
wild.
That's cool. All right. Awesome. So keep going. So you watch Mandalorian.
So we're watching Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Kim falls asleep halfway through the
Classic. What else is new?
I watch all the things. The spiders in the fucking Arctic.
Like totally unnecessary.
So unnecessary.
So unnecessary. But also so unnecessary.
Also, how the fuck did that frog lady find that hot spring? What are we doing?
Well, I mean, you can't ask the good questions, Chris. You got to ask the important ones.
Okay.
That's different.
Which is why was I so turned on by that naked frog?
Yeah.
Wading around in that water.
Especially because
like,
not a frog. So,
no?
No.
What was it?
I mean, lizard for sure. Amphibian.
Because she
yes.
hopped.
Did she hop?
Yeah. When they're running away from the big spider, she's like, fuck it, I'm not walking on twos today. And she got down and started hopping.
Oh, I didn't even...
You didn't catch that?
Maybe I did, and I just didn't think twice about it because it was unnecessary. And no, so what I did like about that scene, though, was when they were...
Also, fuck those guys for just leaving him there.
Well, that was the whole... Okay, so he's considered not an ally to the rebellion because he's a bounty hunter.
Okay.
So so the best way to describe bounty hunters in that era were like chaotic evil or chaotic neutral. There were no chaotic good bounty hunters. He's like the only one.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because like Bosk, chaotic evil. Which you'll learn about Bosk when you watch Clone Wars. But there's like a whole slew of not good bounty. I mean, Jango Fett, Boba Fett.
Well, I mean, Bill Burr.
Greedo.
Sure. But yeah, Bill Burr was more of a chaotic neutral though.
Was he?
Well, they weren't. They were doing what they were doing against the Empire. That wasn't a rebellion.
Oh,
ship.
I get what you're saying.
They broke a guy
I gotcha.
out of the. You know what I'm saying?
I
So he's
gotcha.
like he answers to no one in a way. So like that makes him. That's where the chaotic comes in. But he's not like actively committing atrocities against the rebellion, which is supposedly the good side. You know. But that was that's the whole. They don't like him.
Right.
So for them to save him was kind of that's a big fucking...
Yeah. Also, I laughed when when he goes when they're like talking to him, like, "Hey, Steve, can you switch over to channel 2?"
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
were you at Target right now?
Yeah. Super funny. So how far did you get then? You got all the way up to the episode that came on Friday?
So I haven't watched Friday's episode.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So you did see then before that...
So I saw Moff Gideon,
the episode where
with
they were
the Tubi tubes.
Yeah, I don't know if they were on Mustafar. I don't think so, but regardless, so there was the episode where you saw all the recreations happening, all the fucking clonings that were...
Yes.
Do you understand what that is?
Yeah.
Okay, because it took me a minute to get that. I don't know why, but it took me a minute. But that was the creation of Snoke. That was like the attempted creations of Snoke.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
never mind. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, that's what they were. That was a cloning facility.
I knew that. I thought that was like the beginnings of the Clone Wars.
No, this is post Clone Wars.
Oh, it is
by
post
a
Clone
long
Wars.
shot. Yeah, yeah. This is.
Oh,
post,
well, then
this
time.
Is,
so seeing her.
This is post 4, 5, and 6.
See, I thought she had died.
She was a kid in the Clone Wars.
Okay.
And she
okay.
lived through 4, 5, and 6, but she was never a Jedi. A Jedi Knight.
Okay.
So yeah, the timeline is kind of wonky.
Okay.
Because it is canon, but it's like not, because they're like making non-canon things canon now, kind of.
Okay.
But that being said, the whole Moff Gideon like needing this child and all of that comes down to Palpatine wants to make another Palpatine.
I see.
Which is why in episode 9 he's like in the fucking
Yeah.
He sings that
facil.
"I'm My Own Grandpa" song.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. But yeah, so that they were trying to make Snoke.
Okay. That makes more sense.
And that's what I think is the truth. That's the prevailing theory that I've seen. I haven't gotten any confirmation that I'm correct, but
The thing that threw me off is they looked like they looked like they were suited up the way that the
Oh, you're talking about the Dark Troopers in the
Yeah.
back room. Yeah. So those are actually droids.
oh
Yeah. That's why they have those flat heads, kind of. Which again, this is a watch Clone Wars, and the commander droids that would be like in charge of military bases and stuff that basically only answered to Dooku because he was the leader of the Separatist army, or like to generals, I guess. Those commander droids look almost identical to those Death Troopers.
Okay. So Kim falls asleep. I watch, 4 episodes.
Right,
Because I was
right.
way behind.
No doubt.
And
Was you.
it's like 2 a.m, and I get up and I give Kim a little shaky shake to get her to wake up, and she's like, I'm like, let's go to bed. She's like, okay. And she always does this where she kind of like will flop down and like pretend to be basically asleep again and then get up and then go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like not wanting to admit that you have to get up.
Yeah. Caitlin does that a lot too.
I go upstairs and it's been like 5 minutes now. I'm like, that's a little longer than usual.
Right.
So I go downstairs and she's scrubbing the carpet. And I'm like, what's going on? And she goes, I spilled my drink. Almost as if I had spilled her drink.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. Sorry. I think she was like kind of half awake, half asleep dealy going on, because the next day I was like, spilled your drink yesterday. She was like, yeah, I don't really get how I did that. I was like, oh, all I know is it wasn't my fault.
Bitch. That's funny.
And then, what was the other fucking thing I was going to say? Okay. Listeners, you can now go to Apple Podcasts and type in Dude Absolutely. Our podcast has its own RSS feed now.
You can subscribe to just us.
Yes. You don't like the sad stuff when it comes to the, You're fired. When it comes to
That was funny.
comes to the addictions, he's fine.
Yeah,
So now we can
Now you can listen to every episode of Dude Absolutely straight through.
100%.
You can just get all caught up. All 50,000 of them.
Yeah, episode 20. Yeah, so I'm in the process of uploading everything to that channel right now.
Which is V cool.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andy Matfield for helping.
Massive shout out to Andy Matfield. Yeah. He went above and beyond, like made sure that we're on Google, iHeartMedia, like streamlined the whole process.
That's
and
hot.
Like connected everything to like the Google Analytics and stuff, and did it so fucking fast. It was insane.
Well, that's what happens when you're part of the Geek Squad, dude. Fucking Sandy Satfield.
Yeah.
Sandy Shatfield.
He kind of looks like a combination between Andy Samberg and Seth Rogen.
No.
You don't think so?
He looks more like Seth Rogen mixed with like...
Snuffleupagus.
No, mixed with like Jay Baruchel. I don't know. I know. I was trying to think it. I don't know. I don't think he looks like Andy Samberg at all. I think his name's just Andy.
Well,
so
I think
their
schnozzles are slightly similar. And then
Andy's got a way smaller nose than Andy Samberg.
Well, I said
Andy
I said slightly
Andy
similar.
Samberg looks like Toucan Sam was his dad.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know what I was thinking.
You did.
Is that anti-Semitic?
Yeah, for sure.
Whoops.
Yeah, Chris
Is
hates,
it?
Hey, Chris hates Jews.
I have Jew.
You have one?
Yeah.
In your basement?
My auntie is Jewish.
I saw this John Oliver clip today where he's like talking about, I don't know what the theme thing was, but he was like, he was comparing how like somebody said they were talking about when I mentioned the like Muslims that are being basically put in internment camps in China, you know,
The Uyghurs?
the Uyghurs, yeah. And so he was like telling that story, and he was talking about how like they said this is the most people who's ever been put in an internment camp since the Holocaust, which is horrifying. And then he goes, that number is terrible. The phrase since the Holocaust makes anything horrible. He's like, this is an enormous shoe collection. And then he's like, wow, that's a lot of shoes. This is the biggest shoe collection since the Holocaust. Wow, that is so bad. It's pretty funny. They have good writers, man. They have really good writers. I also had a clip yesterday that I sent to my brother because they were talking about how, like in Arizona, people were chanting "count the votes," and then in Michigan they were yelling "stop the count." You know?
Yeah.
So like stop the count. He's like putting aside the irony of like one side of the political aisle yelling completely opposite things.
Yeah.
It's like yelling "count the votes" outside of a voting precinct. He's like, that's what they're doing in there. Like,
It's very inspirational.
yeah, he's like, at the very least, you're making it harder for them to finish. He's like, that's like a dad standing outside of his teenage son's bedroom going, beat that meat, beat that meat. He's like, he's doing that. You're just making it harder for him.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what that made me think of was
beat that meat.
I never close the door when I go to the bathroom.
Oh, I thought you were going to say when you beat that meat, and I was like, dude.
Well, obviously. It's open door policy. But when I do the pee-pees, I never close doors.
Right.
I just do the piddle-biddles.
No doubt.
So when I close the door,
everyone knows.
that means I'm taking a shit.
Right.
Even though we know that I'm taking a shit, Kim, every single time, will come up to the door and go, are you pooping?
Caitlin does that too.
Why
That's
the
so funny.
fuck would I close the door then?
Caitlin does it like minutes after I've been in there. That's when it gets me. When it's been like a few minutes and she knocks on the door and she's like, hey, are you pooping in there? And I'm like, nope, just doing a Rubik's Cube. What the fuck do you think I'm doing?
Drives me crazy.
Counting the hairs on my ball sack? Yeah, dropping a load.
Yeah.
Pinching a loaf.
I hate pooping. I hate it.
You should. That's one good reason to iron out your diet, because you're in and out in a flash,
Oh.
like 10 seconds.
See, but I like my poop time.
What?
You can stay on the toilet.
Yeah, I like that time though. I'm not alone in this.
Do you have children?
No,
Who are you hiding from?
the world.
The government?
Yes.
You just like the uncomfortable chair.
I just like sitting there watching my videos, checking things.
Maybe it's like a smaller room. Maybe you just need a tent to hang out in.
There's an idea. Uh-oh.
I do like shitting in tight spaces. I don't know why.
It's a secret.
I have this like
we open up the door to the under the stairs things. There's just piles of shit in there. Chris has just been in there since they moved in.
But I hate being I hate having to use the handicap stall. Mm-hmm. Not because it's the handicap stall. The reason I don't like it is because there's too much space. I can't stop the door if somebody tries to do the burst in, right? So like if there's a bathroom that's like really big and for some reason the toilet is way the fuck away from the door, which I get. People don't want to hear you playing band practice.
Yeah, right.
But at the same time, I feel like those tighter spaces bring me comfort and my muscles relax. And it's almost like it's helping me squeeze out the poo. I'm in a tighter space.
Yeah, it's like you're like in the womb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You really into porta potties?
No. Actually,
What if they were
I
cleaner?
despise them. Maybe.
Like a combo. Like it's like your home bathroom cleanliness, but the space of a porta potty. Would that be ideal?
Clean porta potty. I actually have been in a really nice porta potty before, which is a weird thing to say, but I was at a wedding and I didn't know that there were like high end porta potties. But it was like the classiest porta potty I'd ever been
And
in.
marble.
It had fake flooring. Like it had like, I'm assuming linoleum, whatever. So it looked like tile. I was like, what the fuck?
My favorite mixtape I ever made when I was a kid was called Quality Linoleum.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, and it was so funny because when we made it, we made like copies and whatnot, and then my Nat's dad was like, "You realize that's a giant oxymoron, right?" And we're like, "Yeah, that's the bit." Quality linoleum. There is no quality linoleum. We're like, yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Anywho's there. So, something I wanted to talk to you guys about today.
Is it about freeing Puerto Rico?
No, but they should. They should get statehood, but also then they would have to pay state taxes. Yeah. And then that's the whole thing.
Real quick, there was one last story that I wanted to tell.
Yeah, sure.
Which yesterday was my mom's 60th birthday. And so we FaceTimed her. But we were about to FaceTime her, but Layla rode the bus for the first time today. So yesterday we walked to where the new bus stop is, made sure that everybody knew where it was at, and then we were walking back. But before we went, I was like, everybody got on your jackets, and they were calling Grandma Dick. And I was like, Layla, you say it. And Layla actually does pretty good. Grandma Dick. And then I'm like, Landon, you. No. He's always so reluctant to try and do accents. I'm like, Grandma Dick. And Layla's doing it. And I'm like, Landon. And he goes, grab my dick.
Did he say that on purpose? Or?
No,
that's
just
so funny. Grab my dick. That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's pretty great. That was my last kitty story.
That's very funny.
Yeah, I was pretty excited.
That's good.
That's like my youngest brother used to think that Palms, the Lose Yourself song, knees
palms
weak, palms
sweaty.
Palms sweaty.
Yeah.
He used to think that it was balls are sweaty. Which
I had a buddy who thought that exit light, enter night in the song Enter Sandman was X in life, and he thought the name of the song, the most famous Metallica song by a long shot, was X in life. I was furious with him. He also wrote a rap song once, and he was like rapping for us, and he goes, I'm from Minnesota, west of the Dakotas. And me and Nat were like in his base. We were like, whoa. Stop. First of all, this is horrible. Second of all, read that back again. Sound like a fucking idiot. Yeah. He had a lot of those moments.
That's funny. That song, I thought the lyric was extra life. Name your prize.
You're kidding.
Like, I want an extra life. How much? How much for an extra life?
That's really funny, dude.
I also thought it was I went to the danger zone instead of highway to the...
I went to the danger zone. That's pretty funny, actually. I went to the danger zone. Yeah, that's where all the pedophiles live. You're just like, yeah.
I thought he was talking about touching somebody's asshole. I'm entering the danger zone.
He's entering the back door. Watch out. This is the danger zone. Okay, so... fuck, dude. Okay, so I started a new book, and conceptually, there were a ton of... And it's not brand new, but it's newish. It's a new Stephen King set of novellas. It's called If It Bleeds. So it's got 4 different stories in it. I don't know if either of you have read Stephen King.
What's the difference between a novella and a novel?
So a novel is longer. A novella is a shorter version of a novel. So it's a complete story, but it's short. So it's like the first novella in the set of 4 is 91 pages long. And
so
that's the whole
they
story.
give it like the female connotation because it's 25% less than...
Yeah, dude. Whoops. So what I really like about his short stories is they're as compelling as his longer ones, but because they're shorter, you get to just rifle through them. So he's got books that are a shitload of tiny little short stories that you could actually categorized as short stories, and then he's got a few that are novellas, like I said, where like Shawshank Redemption was one of them.
Okay.
It was a part of the book Different Seasons, right? Which was 4 short stories. And then, so this one is called If It Bleeds, and the first one is called Mr. Harrigan's Phone. And it is, like, they talk about, it's back in time enough that it's still super relevant for us, if that makes sense. But it's still very much the past, given, like, the way things have changed, given, like with technology and whatnot. So the whole story is about how this super old guy moves into this kid's hometown, and he's like a multi-billionaire, right?
Yeah.
Doesn't have a TV, doesn't have a telephone, doesn't have any of this shit. Is that your ass?
No. What?
Are you putting me in echo version? That's cool.
The funny thing is nobody can hear it. Only you can.
Oh, you're a dick. So,
I heard it.
You could hear it?
whoops.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Sounds like the people can hear it. Maybe you could be getting
I see what
one of
you're
those,
saying.
one
Yeah.
of
You know what
those
I'm-
people's
yeah.
elbows. You big idiot.
It's the fucking, it's not amped.
I'm about to talk about something that I think you're actually going to be engaged with, but I'm telling
okay,
a
sorry,
story.
sorry.
How I don't get to fucking fuck around with
All
this shit when you
Okay,
tell a story
sorry.
about your wife spilled a drink on the floor. Nobody gives a fuck, Chris. Anyway, so so fired up. Okay, so this old guy, multi-billionaire.
The funny thing is, as I was telling the spilling drink story, I was like, this is a boring story. This is
abort. This is a bad story. I have that 2-3 times a day. That's when you just got to power through and then just throw a fucking Hail Mary at the end so that people are like, oh, wow. But it can't be such a Hail Mary that it's an incomplete pass. You know, you got to make the...
Right.
It's got to be a complete pass. Anyway, so this kid... he like reads at church, and this old guy starts coming to the church because he's got all this money. He just moved into town into this giant house, and the old guy's like, "Hey,
Wait, he moves into the church?
He moves into the town and starts going to this kid's
Oh,
church.
okay,
right?
okay.
And so the kid he used to read scripture at the church, you know, during sermons. And this old guy comes up to him and he's like, "Hey, I'd like to offer you a job to come read to me for a few hours, a few times a week, and I'll pay you whatever." And the kid's like, all right, I'm 9, but sounds good. And the guy's like, cool. Come to my house tomorrow. So the kid goes over to his house, and it kind of fast forwards through this like few years where the kid like gets to know the guy, and he's reading him a bunch, and the kid gets an iPhone 1 for Christmas, right? And he's like blown away by this thing. Like, obviously it's so cool. He's got an iPhone, but he's only like 12, so what's an iPhone worth to a 12-year-old? But this guy, old ex-businessman, is into stocks and all this stuff, whatever. So the kid's like, I'm going to spend the money that I made working for this guy buying him a really cool gift. So he buys him an iPhone. And the old guy's like, I have no interest in this. He's like, you might in this. And he pulls up the stock app. And the old guy's like, watching the numbers change. He's like, holy shit, is this real time? And the kid's like, yeah. And he's like, oh my fucking God. So they start like talking about how, and this is where I like meant the story to go, but they start talking about like how Amazon and like online news publications were giving away their content for free in the beginning, and how it was less like that pay to play and more it was just like they were just like a water main had just exploded with all the information in the entire world. Right. And it was now at everyone's fingertips. And the guy's like it's obviously all in retrospect because it's written as a fictional story by fucking Stephen King. But
obviously he wants to reflect on the...
Right, but I would say, and I would argue that the two of you were in the same position. None of us had the wherewithal at that time to like really understand the gravity of when those products came out, like what effect they actually would have on our lives. You know?
Oh, for sure.
And it was just so weird to read that. You know what I mean? It's like it's historical fiction, but it's from like 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Isn't that trippy? I was losing it while I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah, you used to have to, even at that point, go onto a computer.
Yeah.
Find the right website to see the stocks, to your point. Yeah.
And like YouTube was fucking cat videos.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like YouTube is where I get almost all of my entertainment now.
Right.
Like, I watch 20-minute segments of TV shows that I should have to pay for, but they're giving me for free.
Yeah.
Because otherwise nobody knows who they are.
Who is Verizon owned by?
Verizon is owned by themselves.
No, it's bigger.
They merged with Sprint.
Yeah, but why can't I think
Who are
of
you're not thinking of?
Yeah, I am. Because there's
Yeah, look up who owns Verizon, because I'm pretty sure it's no one. I think Verizon is their own company.
Maybe it was in the beginning they were owned by something else. I don't know what I'm thinking then.
All that comes up with is the merger you mentioned.
Damn it.
But I think they've been around forever. They just, because they acquired frequencies or whatever, like the government sold it to them.
Well, yeah. So Verizon like owns all the Verizon, Amazon, and AT&T, and
T-Mobile?
no, Comcast maybe are all the largest internet providers in the world. Like they own all the data communications towers.
Oh, have you seen that pyramid that shows you like there are more or less, well, at the time that this thing was published, there were basically like 3 companies that owned virtually everything.
Yeah.
I've seen like a web version. Like,
know what I'm talking about?
It looks more like a web, not like a pyramid.
Right. It like
It was like
spirals.
craft.
I've seen something
Yeah.
like that for car companies, but I don't know that I've seen one for data providers.
So it applies to like everything. You
Yeah.
wouldn't think that it applies to the shit that it does.
Right.
And so it was highlighting how like you don't realize that like there's like what was it, like 8 people that more or less own the world.
Yeah.
Just fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Gives me the shivers.
Yeah. Well, like I watch Kyle Kalinske. I don't know if you guys.
I do know who that is.
Yeah. So his YouTube channel is Secular Talk. You might actually really like him.
I do love secular things.
I think actually you would align almost perfectly with his political views. But he's a political commentary
communist?
guy. No, but he's very social democrat, like big time social democrat, like loves Bernie. Anyway, I watch him because again, I like to get both sides' perspective so that I can have an informed decision, whatever. I don't know what the fuck. Also, I just kind of like his videos. He's funny. But he talked about, there was this interview that Charles Koch did with Axios or something. Have you seen that?
I think I've heard a bit about it.
He's, dude, the crazy sense of entitlement that this man has. It is baffling. In this interview, he's literally like, yeah, so like we funded these campaigns for these candidates, and then like they turned around and they were like doing all these like anti-immigration policies, and we're like pro-immigration. So I just don't understand why they did that. And Kyle's like, the fucking gall to be like, I bought you. Why aren't you doing what I want?
My pet is broken.
Yeah, he's like, you're one person. How do you not? The people that you put into office have hundreds of thousands of constituents that they have to.
Yeah.
You're not their only. But like, that's what they believe. Like that Charles Koch is like, I mean, I'm pro higher wages. Why aren't they putting in higher wages? He's like, dude,
that's really funny.
I mean, it's baffling. The guy is out of his mind. But also it's like top 5 most successful business people in the fucking country.
You know who's way more interesting? Wyatt Koch.
Is that his son?
He's one of the sons.
Yeah,
he's one of the failed sons. He's hilarious.
Like actually is or
Have you not seen this kid?
No.
Hold on.
Is he like that kid who bought the Wu-Tang album and all the.
No, that's
Skrelly is kind of smart though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this guy's an idiot, is what you're telling me. Oh, is he like big time doughboy? Oh, look at him. Oh, he's so cute. Look at how pudgy he is. Who's a big boy?
that's Jimmy Neutron's friend.
Carl.
And you see that dumb
Hey,
ass
Jimmy,
shirt.
I don't know about this, Jimmy.
See this dumb ass shirt he's wearing with like all the money and shit
Yeah,
on
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like that he designs shirts like that.
Oh,
And there's like a video
no.
package put together of him like
Dude, I just thought about this, like Christmas at the Kochs should totally be a movie, and then like he can come downstairs in like his totally childish onesie PJs, you know, and he's got like 2 trucks, and they're like Brinks trucks, you know.
Yeah.
He's like, and they're like, Wyatt, what are you doing? And he's like, Dad, stop! I'm making a Brinks truck movie. And they're like, why did we have a 5th kid?
Yeah.
I actually I sampled his voice. It's in one of the songs
Really?
that we played for the intro.
Oh, that's
'Cause
hilarious.
It says "Do it with passion."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
Oh man, he's
Absolute legend.
he's a tough guy to look at. I mean, wow.
Is your mom making supper?
Yeah, Jimmy. How does he? Jimmy, I don't know about this, Jimmy.
Oh man, we were gonna go to the store and then Jimmy had to make a robot.
Yeah, dude. That he's got that. Yeah, I don't know, Jimmy. He seems pretty bad.
There you go.
Carl.
We're getting there. You know what? I was just thinking about this. You know how Bill Hader is like crazy good at impressions?
All of them. Yeah.
I was thinking about like
Every last one of them.
if I just listened to somebody and like dedicated like 20 minutes
Yeah.
to just repeating the exact same thing that they're saying,
Yeah.
could get to their level.
Yeah. So
Like John Malkovich.
yeah, being John Malkovich, one of the weirdest movies ever.
Well,
Dude, he's
and that-
so good in Burn After Reading, though.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were going to say that Netflix show.
What
Space Force?
Oh yeah, he's fantastic in that. But have you seen Burn After Reading? With like, isn't that what it is? It's
Burn After
Brad,
Reading. Yeah,
Brad
yeah,
Pitt,
Brad Pitt,
and,
George Clooney, Tilda Swinton.
Yeah, and I always forget her name. She
Taylor
was in
Swift.
3. No, Jesus.
No?
No, she was in 3 Billboards.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, fuck.
I always
No
forget
idea what her name is.
Robert Doback is in it.
Who the fuck is that?
He's the dad in Step Brothers.
Oh.
His name is Robert Doback in that movie. I don't know what his name is in real life.
Who were we talking about? Frances McDormand?
Yes, yes.
It's funny. That's like the second time we've struggled with.
I was just thinking
It's
that same
that's
thing.
a hard name to remember.
I was
don't
like,
know
I
why.
can't believe we did it again.
We went full blown Home Alone 2 on that bitch. Forgot Kevin again. Oh man, but yeah, dude, I love that movie. You haven't seen it? You said
No, I haven't.
he's fantastic in it because he's like a CIA intelligence guy, whatever, and then he gets fired, I think, as an intelligence guy because there was like a leak off of his computer because somebody found his disc in his gym bag, and the person who found it is Frances McDermott, and she wants to get plastic surgery because she isn't married and she feels like she's too old and ugly to have a life partner. And so Robert Doback is like her co-manager at this gym, and he is in love with her, and he can't convince her to not get the surgeries. And then Brad Pitt is like the young gun hotshot, like total idiot gym guy or gym trainer, I should say. And they like Brad Pitt and Frances like plot to like blackmail John Malkovich to like get money from him so she can pay for her plastic surgery, and they don't realize they're actually playing with like a highly sensitive CIA information. So he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you, like you're fucking with the wrong person. And she's like, this guy seems serious, and Brad Pitt's like, don't worry about it, it's all good. And they're like talking on the phone while he's there. He's like, are you with somebody? It's one of those like the movie ends and you're like, I don't know if was that good or you know what I mean? But I enjoy it a lot. It's kind of like the movie Arizona, if you ever get the chance to see that.
Nicolas Cage?
No, that's Raising Arizona.
Raising Arizona, thank you.
No, Arizona is with Danny McBride and Seth Rogen and a couple other people, and basically I think that's what it's called. Yeah. Yep. So it's really dumb, like super dumb. But basically, Danny McBride like kills a guy, and Seth Rogen's like a real estate agent or something. And Danny McBride like kills a guy, and Seth Rogen sees it. And then Danny McBride's like, "Well, now I have to kill you." And Seth Rogen's like, "No, you don't have to kill me." And he's like, well, I do, though. And he's like, you can just kidnap me. And Danny's like, okay, yeah, we'll do that. And then it just goes downhill further and further, devolves into like, there's like this off-site fucking weed plantation. It's insane. And then afterwards you're like, I don't even know if I enjoyed that or if that was good or bad or what the fuck just happened.
It sounds like...
But there's a lot of laughs in it.
Like Pineapple Express adjacent.
Yeah, but Pineapple Express is genuinely funny and creative. Right. Whereas Arizona is not either of those things.
Okay.
Yeah, there's like a couple funny parts. And yeah, they were like, oh, so Pineapple Express was great. So we're just going to do that on a lower budget and see how it goes.
Oh, so like an indie.
Yeah, it's very much that. Yeah. But dude, Pineapple Express is, they said hurricane season was over. That's one of the lines in the movie.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
I thought hurricane season was over. It's what he says when he's like reaches into his drawer and puts on the Axe spray before he gets the bag of Pineapple Express for
John Leguizamo?
No, but he's in it. No, he's not. No, he's
Who am
not.
I thinking of?
You're thinking of the guy who plays.
Heard that.
Plays.
Wish I didn't hear that.
Yeah. Oh, that's Joe Lo Truglio.
Joe Lo Truglio.
Yeah, he's so funny. He's in
John Leguizamo, Joe Lo Truglio.
Well, John Leguizamo is in like Miss Congeniality, isn't he?
No.
He's in the past.
Yeah.
Look up Miss Congeniality.
And Spawn.
Connery's birthday.
Who's the guy from? Who am I thinking of?
You're thinking of like the hot guy.
Yeah. What is his name?
Because he was in Doctor Strange as well.
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't know.
Who's the guy?
Benjamin Bratt?
Oh, Jesus, I'm wrong. What is...
No, Michael Caine. That's who you're talking about.
Yeah, duh. Who is John Leguizamo? Why am I... Uh-oh.
Good luck spelling this. Here we go.
Google will spell it for you. There you go.
All I had to do is put an L.
Oh, they look similar, though. Yeah, they do.
What are you talking about?
They fucking absolutely look similar.
Like, the other guy is like me writing with my right hand. John Leguizamo is me writing with my left hand.
Okay, so who's this guy? You're telling me those two don't look similar?
Okay, well, now they do. Back in his heyday, that guy did not look like that.
I mean, they look,
there we go.
They look the same. Go back to Johnny Leggy. Open up 2 tabs.
I'm on it.
He looks...
Go to the one where they both have the when he has the mustache and the goatee on Benjamin. No. Keep the one that you just had up. Yep. Now go. Yep, that one. If you're telling me those two dudes, you're out of your fucking mind. They look so. Okay. Tell me they don't look similar. Mara, I really need you on this one.
I have a similar hairline, I guess.
I mean, guys.
This is problematic, I think.
How is this
problematic?
Because they're both Hispanic guys.
You're kidding me right now. That's the line we're going to draw?
Well, I mean...
It has nothing to do with their ethnicity, Chris.
But we don't know where you're going because they don't look alike. Remember
do.
when I said that Andy kind of looks like Andy Samberg and you were like, not even close?
This is not even close. They literally do look similar in those 2 pictures.
But it's in the same way. Like they have tan faces.
No.
They have mustache and goatee.
Okay, is that exclusive to Latino people?
No, I'm just saying I don't see the other actual features that
Look at these eyelids.
Look at their hair. Their hair is the exact same.
No, the hairline is pretty similar. The hair texture is
totally different.
And
body structure completely.
I'm fucking pissed that
John Leguizamo.
I'm furious, in fact, that you would even insist that I could possibly be making this about race.
No,
I was joking.
I know, and Chris isn't. So
it's the only thing that I can think of as to what the similarity is.
So for you to the problem with this whole scenario is the fact that you would jump to that before you would be like, oh, there's no way he's possibly making it about race. Maybe
Oh,
he
no,
genuinely
no.
thinks
I'm not
that they
saying
look
that
alike.
you're making it about race. It's the same way, like, what's it called? Like, so honkies look at other honkies, and we see very defining differences among us.
I do with every human being.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Chris, I do. Except apparently fucking
All
Benjamin Bratt and John Leguizamo.
You're telling me...
Yeah. Because people look different. Unless they're twins.
What I'm saying is, it's easier to see the similarities in other races.
I think this has been studied.
I guess...
Or I said that wrong. It's easier to see the defining features in the same race.
Yes. Yeah. That makes sense to me. But also... I can't believe
So I wasn't
you,
saying that you were saying, Mexican guy. Not what I was saying. What I was saying was, I'm trying to get to where you are.
I just can't
and the
believe
only
that
thing
you
that
don't
I
think
can
they
see,
even look remotely similar.
They both have black hair, and
I mean, the fact that even minor skeletal structure in their heads was slightly similar in those two pictures, and you're like, no, I
in
don't
those
see it.
two pictures.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But as you were saying, as human beings, they look
No.
alike.
Those two pictures, they looked the same.
But you had her pull up two pictures to try and make
I had her
that
pull up
happen.
this. Yeah, because she showed the first picture of Benjamin Bratt.
But this whole
where he was in the
discussion
whole
happened because you said...
Yeah, because I fucked up their names. Yeah, because I'm an ass.
And then you said, oh, they look the same anyways.
Yeah,
and
they
then
do.
she started looking up the photos.
Right.
What are we doing?
Man, that Spawn was a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, so I don't know.
Garbage.
I don't know who.
It was bad.
I don't
but
know where I've
John
seen.
Leguizamo
He
was
was
the
great.
best
What else
part.
is he in?
The
He's
past.
in a bunch of stuff. He's the voice
Mario
in
Brothers.
Ice Age. Oh, yeah, Mario Brothers.
Wait, there was a Mario Brothers movie. Was it
Watch
good?
party.
Was it good?
No.
Oh well, I don't want to watch it.
Oh, you do though.
Because it's nothing like the game.
No.
Well, this is
They
okay,
tried
but
to
this
do
is
like an alt. It's fucking wild.
Okay, but this is like the Star Wars Christmas special.
Yeah.
It's horrible. I can't.
You have to watch it though.
I know, but I
Yeah.
cried when I watched it. It was so painful to watch. I've told you about it. I think.
You've told me
There's
about
a whole cartoon part.
I think
Tell
I
me
even
you don't want to see
inserted
this
photos.
movie. This ain't no game.
Okay, I kind of want to see that.
What is this even?
Is that
That's an enemy in Mario Brothers apparently.
supposed to be a Goomba?
Sure. You want to see it now?
Have you guys seen Super Mario Frustration?
Hold on. There's Bowser.
No.
Yeah.
That's Bowser?
Looking like Kiss.
He looks like Nick
Yusef.
Carter, kind of. He looks like Nick Carter, and Gene Simmons had a kid.
Yeah.
And Sting.
Yeah, that he looks like Sting and Gene Simmons had a kid.
Oh, and Bob Hoskins was in it.
I don't know who that is.
It's your Mario there.
He was in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, can we talk about that for a second?
So good. Oh, terrifying.
Yeah.
My parents showed us that movie when it came out. We were like, what the fuck?
Yikes town. But also
Christopher
the love interest in that movie?
Christopher, what's his name?
Walken? Yeah.
No.
Leguizamo?
He plays Doc in Back to the Future.
Lloyd. Christopher.
It is
Lloyd.
Christopher Lloyd? That's so funny because I was thinking Lloyd Christmas and I was like, that can't be right.
He's in Angels in the Outfield, and he's...
Yeah, dude, him in that movie is fucking horrifying.
Yeah, that's not a good look.
Oh. Ugh. You got to start saving these like to the desktop because
I'm also leaving these tabs open. This
Yeah,
week.
there we go. Fuck yeah. Thank you. Nice.
Yeah, oh, God. Anyway, sorry for getting all fired up there. I just don't like being called a racist.
I wasn't calling you a racist.
Well, but
I was just saying it was the only thing that I could see.
well, it was when Mara jokingly said this is problematic, and then you were like, "Yeah,
brown guys.
yeah," like what? No, it's not
Which
what
John
it was.
Leguizamo isn't even that brown.
He's not.
He's pretty
That was
basic.
I thought he was the guy from Miss Congeniality.
Yeah. God, that guy's so much more attractive.
He's handsome.
Ooh, okay. Have you
Hey,
seen
I figured
Romeo
out
and
my
Juliet?
halitosis problem.
What is it?
It's right here. Give myself a couple of
Little
these.
Sprats? I brushed my teeth before we started recording because I was
So
like,
did I.
really?
I brush my teeth before I come here every week now.
I made sure to smell like Burger King.
I did notice that.
I brush my teeth before.
I can't figure it out. I still smell like Burger King. I don't know what I did.
Did you eat BK?
Like I'm just sweating it out immediately.
That's what happens.
That's so funny.
I don't know.
Somebody has a bit about that, about sweating out Burger King.
Me?
You have a bit about that?
Yeah, I smell like Burger King. Remember after my
In the shower?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When I dry
Look
off.
at
I'm
that.
Like, I smell like Burger King. Oh, I forgot to wash myself in the shower. Yeah. Have you heard that bit before?
It doesn't sound familiar.
Oh, my God. I remember what I was going to tell you guys. So we have a bathtub, right, with like jets in it.
Yeah.
In this house, guys. I'm not
That's-
trying to flex, but I have money that you'll never know. And
Such a douche. Keep going.
so I was like, I haven't taken a bath, like a bath in years. So long. Because I think that you're just sitting in your filth. What's the what are we doing?
Right.
It's
You
disgusting.
want to play with like Batman toys and
That's true. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take a bath because I wanted the jets on my back. But I have the filth thing in my head, so I took a shower while the bath was filling up.
Yeah, that's a good play.
Also, I hadn't shaved my bag in quite a while, so I was
It's
like,
starting to
"Oh,
look-
all right, I might as well while I'm in here."
Starting
So
to
I'm
look
shaving.
like Hugh Jackman a little bit.
Kim opens up the door. Are you pooping? No. Are you in the shower? Yeah. The tub's going. I'm like, I know. I'm gonna get in there. So I'm like feeling like rushed, and
Yeah.
I couldn't finish shaving because I'm like, whoa, now I have to get in the bath. I go to get in the bathtub. I step in, and I'm like, ow, ow, ah! I had just turned on the hot
Oh, you're a
and not
full-blown
any
idiot.
of the cold.
Yeah.
So it's scalding hot.
Yeah.
In my frantic, I try to like jump out of the tub, do a little slip, and then I do another little slip, and luckily like caught with my other foot
Yeah.
on the like the bath mat in there. All
Yeah.
while Kim's peeing on the toilet. I'm like, this is your fault, and she's like, I didn't do anything. So I'm frustrated. So I'm just standing there. I turn the cold water on, and then I get back in the tub, and now it's cold.
Right.
I fucked the whole thing up.
Right.
I'm like, well, so I go to turn the hot water back on. Because I took a shower while loading up the bath, I used all the hot water. And I was like, I'm doing it anyways. So I just sat there in a cold tub listening to Travis Scott.
2 for 2 with killer stories today, man.
yeah.
But yeah, that sucks. I hate when
Grown
that
man
happens.
slip sliding.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
how people
no,
die.
No, you're good. It wasn't a bad story. I was just trying to give you a hard time because I also wanted to piggyback that. I also did the bath thing.
Because you also have to imagine that I only shaved part of my
Right.
dick
So
and
like,
balls.
yeah. So you've got kind of like an underbeard going on.
Yeah,
your
it looks like I
scrub.
have alopecia.
Yikes. So.
Oh, do you
it's
wanna
like
see my balls, by the
alopecia,
way?
but it's like spelled like penis. I don't know. Okay, keep going. Do I
Alright,
want to
so
see your balls?
You want to
Sure.
see my balls?
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, not really, but
Oh, okay.
if you want to show them, I guess you're gonna have to blur out the camera. But, so when I was having my really bad string of like panic attacks, couldn't sleep, whatever, Caitlin drew me a bath, and we
With
had
like charcoal or
nose with Epsom salts and there was like lavender, and then she like did a
yeah, I
can.
made a dad joke. She drew you a bath.
Oh, that's funny.
Thanks.
So I was like, she got like the lavender going, and the Epsom salts, and all that shit, and and then she like turned on some music, and she turned off the lights, and the candles going. It was all calmy, very calming, and also too hot, right? Way too fucking hot. So I like got in the bath and I was like, Jesus Christ, and I'm like scooting down and it's like going up my anus and I'm like, yeah, like full blown clenching, like shaking at the heat, but I'm like, I'm a man, and I'm like, this is not relaxing, like freaking out. And then I realized like, oh, I'm fat as shit because like I'm in that shower bath combo, because we're not rich people. We're not. Right. We ain't rich folk.
Yeah, no. We know. And did I tell the story about what happened when my brother did Thanksgiving happen? Thanksgiving was last week, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Continue.
So I'm like in the tub, right? And I'm like all rolls and fucking nastiness, and I can't fit. Like if I extend my legs to the end, then my back is like against the wall of the shower, so I have to like scrunch it down and be all fucking weird. My legs are out of the water and like my fucking dick and balls are just like hanging out, you know what I mean, like it does in a bath. And I like look down and that like water trick where like it fucks with your vision.
Oh,
my dick, dude, looked a millimeter long in this water. Part of it was like from my D&B being like, yo, too hot, fam, we getting out this bitch. So they were like trying to go inside my body, but it was so uncomfortable and so humiliating. So for like 30 minutes, I literally just sat there and hated myself while I was supposed to be relaxing. And I got out of the tub and Caitlin was like, how was it? And I was like, horrible. Good night. And then I slept like a baby.
That's one I forgot. I omitted this part of the tub thing because it was cold tub.
Yeah.
My wiener went in.
Yeah.
But
never
my
came
dick
out?
Is like a basset hound in that there's just a lot of skin. So it began to fold up, and I looked down and I was like, oh, this is what uncircumcised dudes look like. And I was like, this looks ridiculous.
With a CK, bro. That was tough. What time we got on the beast? On the beast knees?
About an hour.
All right, time for Brottidas.
This some brute the booze. Oh, did I give you the stain?
Oh, she filled the stain.
Oh, I put the shelf together.
It looks really good.
Oh, the thing I was gonna say.
You got your dad's punishment paddle there.
My grandfather's punishment pad.
His you've been a bad boy.
Yeah.
Time to take a trip down Frat Row, young man.
Now fuck that goat. So my family comes over for Thanksgiving, or part of my family comes over for Thanksgiving because Waltz's rules. And Mara came over, which is super fun. She made my family laugh multiple times.
Yes.
I didn't appreciate that. I was trying to be very serious.
But we're in here. My parents leave, and my youngest brother and his wife are in here. Mara's doing all the music. What are those things called?
They're made by Electron. It's called the Digitact and the Digitone. They're just little groove boxes. They make noises.
There's lots of things going on musically. And my brother Josh, I think he was looking at my soundboard, and he was like, how much was that? And I go, I don't know, man. Do you know where my wallet is? And his wife goes, oh, it's right here. I go, you hand me that? And she hands it to me, and I open it up, and there's $3 in there. And I pull it out, and I just crumple it up, and I throw it, and I go, I don't know, man. Money is what? What are we doing here? I just buy the things. You think I'm looking at price tags? Come on. Like, just
to be a douche.
Completely mocking him. And then
I took the money.
I was like, somebody had to grab that cash.
Yeah.
That's
very funny.
It was hard to reach too, and I was still like,
because
no
I threw
dignity.
like
I was just like, give it to me.
Between the chairs.
I've been spending it on Diet Dr. Pepper at work.
Ah,
bingo.
I honestly forgot I had it. Like I just like bonus.
Fuck yeah.
Got a novella there.
Nice. Throwback. Callback. Dick back.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by being buried alive in mashed potatoes. At first, you're like, damn, that's a lot of potatoes. Lol. Where's the butter? But then you're like, man, I think this might be too many potatoes.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Monster Energy Drinks. You may have diarrhea, but at least you're awake for it. That's really good, Chris.
Thanks.
Good job, dude. Good job, man. Hey.
That's so funny.
Hey. Good job, man.
Hey, thanks, man. Have you seen what the fuck is that movie?
The
Paul Rudd and
it's from Hot Ones. He's like talking to Sean Evans. He's like, "Hey, look at us," and then Sean's like, "Yeah, look at us." And Paul's like, "Who?" And then Sean says, "Yeah, look at us. Who would have thought?" And Paul's like, "Not me." It's like that's like one of the funniest YouTube videos ever, and it's literally Paul Rudd eating spicy cauliflower wings.
Did you see the edit where he's just talking to himself?
Maybe is it in like at the end when they like play all the extras?
Oh, it might have been.
But
I'll watch it.
There's a
tonight. I've seen it like
movie
20
that
times,
Paul
and it gets me every
Rudd
time.
and Amy Poehler
Maybe
are in. Right, Amy Poehler was the
Blonde.
Parks and Rec, right?
Yep.
So they're in a movie that's making fun of rom-coms. And there's a little brother moment between Paul Rudd and the guy from Good Girl.
They came together.
Yeah.
Good Girl,
Kobe Smulders.
Or
or is it Christopher?
Sorry, I was trying to search, so I was
the guy from
Or New Girl.
New Girl.
Yeah, Max Greenfield.
Yeah, Max Greenfield plays Paul Rudd's younger brother.
Okay.
And Paul Rudd does something nice for him. And then Greenfield's about to leave and he goes, "Hey, Max? Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, dude." Or like, "You're welcome," or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But it's like a 5-minute scene of like, then Paul Rudd turns away and he's like, "Hey, Paul? Yeah. Thanks, man." They just keep doing these sincere
That's
takes.
really funny.
It's fucking great.
Oh God, look at us. That is one of the best. I'll say it. I'll die on that hill. That's one of the best videos on YouTube.
Yeah, it's a good one. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by the most effortless poop you've ever had. Remember that one? When you wipe and there was nothing on the teepee, but then you went to flush and there was an absolute missile in the bowl. That was awesome.
I had one of those poops today, and I was like, "Oh,
is that missile?
Yeah, yeah,
I need new glasses.
yeah." Or I need to write it better.
No,
It's
no,
all
no.
one continuous. Like, it's not broken at
Yeah,
all.
when you're like, yeah,
It's like
and
an
were you
infinity
here and you
loop.
wipe and you look and you're like, I thought I pooped, and you stand up and you're like, oh my God, hell yeah, dude, let's make today our bitch.
Were you here when we turned the TV on and I was like, "Kim, does the TV look blurry?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Oh, I can't see shit."
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by saying oopsie when you rear end someone because it's not the right time for tears and you're also confused about the severity of the situation. That happened to me. Oopsie. And then I was like, oh, I totaled my car.
My boss.
Your growth.
My boss walked by my cubicle yesterday and was like, I had no idea you were growing out your beard."
And you're like, it's been a year. You're clueless.
What are we talking about here? All right. Okay. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Radium Enemas. Swing dance partner a little heavy? Is your persona...
You got it.
Is your... Fuck. Is your persona some sort of bird? Or maybe you just want to surprise... What the fuck is going on? I don't understand any of this. One more time. Radium Enemas. Swing dance partner a little heavy? Is your persona some sort of bird? Or maybe you just want to surprise the radiologist. Radium enemas. Definitely not barium enemas. Warning. Discontinue stare usage while taking radium enemas.
Okay, so that was yours.
What the fuck is a persona?
It's you know what a furry is? So you would say like my persona is a ferret.
Right.
Yeah.
Is your persona a
Your
bird?
persona, but
Right.
with fur. It's fun. It's a
That's-
fun pun.
Yeah.
Ah!
I think this is right, but I don't know. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Paneer Veneers. Instantly whiten your smile for that next family photo. Say cheese.
Does anyone know? Does anyone?
I don't
what-
know what paneer is.
No one knows what paneer is.
No.
Nice.
Uh-oh.
It's Indian cheese.
Okay, because that's good.
2 bad reads in a row. I apologize.
No, this
Oh,
is
I thought
fun.
you were
Have to
talking about
already?
me. I was like, you dick.
It's fun that I get to explain.
Well, you didn't know
mine.
what the cheese was. I didn't know what a persona
But I
was.
read it.
It's educational. I'm teaching everyone.
I'll just hold on to this.
Know what furries are. What
Yeah.
the
Actually, you
Indian
need another
cottage
one.
cheese.
I do. Do you have 2 now?
I have 2 now.
Oh, okay. There's one left. Who wants it? Mara? Did we both say Mara at the same
Yeah,
time?
we did.
Nice.
Oh, nice grab. This is a little floater. This is like Henry Rowan Gardner
Yeah.
when he can't throw the fastball anymore.
Just float it. Very touching
Zoom
scene.
it, zoom it in there, Henry. Zoom it.
Is that Hulk's dad?
No. No, this is from a different movie.
Oh, is it not Rookie of the Year?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, the guy. Who's the pitcher?
Gary Busey.
It's not Gary Busey though. It's the guy that looks like Gary Busey.
No, it's Gary
no, it's
Busey.
literally Gary Busey.
Who's the guy that looks like Gary Busey?
Well, this was Gary Busey before he became post-accident.
Oh,
Right, yeah, this
Gary
is
right,
Busey.
right, right, right.
Yeah,
right.
this is pre-motorcycle accident Gary Busey. The Busey piece. G Busey.
Nick.
Kroll. Offerman.
Could you look up Bruce Banner's dad?
I know who it is. Nick Nolte.
Yes,
Yeah.
Nick Nolte.
Yeah.
Thank you. Nice.
Yeah.
Good pull.
Yeah. I was confused on what you meant when you said Hulk's dad. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought you meant the wrestler.
Yeah,
because
that- I
that's
w-
me.
Oh.
I was really confused, but go ahead. Go ahead.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Jewel Tampods. Vape indoors with our discreet Tampods. Available now at Quick Trip and guys named Chaz.
That was really good. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Dr. Nick's Discount Lobotomies. So cheap you can't afford to not get one. Call within the next 21 pilot, give or take, and your M will can go for this. What the? Wait. Did you? Is that the bit?
Yeah, so they're
Okay.
getting a lobotomy while they're
That's
reading it.
fucking hilarious. Oh, damn it, that's good. Okay, I'm reading that again because that's so fucking funny, and I feel like I blew it, but I didn't. I just read it exactly, and I did. Okay. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Dr. Nick's Discount Lobotomies. So cheap, you can't afford to not get one. Call within the next 21 pilot, give or take, and your am will can go for 2 is. So fucking funny, Mara. God damn it, that's good. And creative as shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Fuck me. Everything that she does now is the best part of the whole fucking. God damn it. We
Yeah,
really
what are
got
we doing?
We got to step up our game. We are blowing it out our ass. Okay, go ahead.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by.
Oh, that's pretty good. Did you write that one?
Yeah.
That's Chris. That is the laziest one we've had.
I thought it was funny.
So funny. So funny.
I wanted one of you to.
Yeah, I know.
wanted,
I know.
you know.
I know. Genuinely funny. Enjoyed it, but also slazy. Be better.
Okay.
See the shit she's putting together? We're falling apart at the seams. This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by Mara's vegan Etsy page. Cruelty-free by offering the very best of literally nothing. Did you write that?
Yeah.
See, that's pretty good.
You get it? Because cruelty-free.
Yeah, right. Everything's cruel.
So we offer nothing.
Right. So that was
It's deep.
pretty-
I like it.
That was pretty good, Chris. Doug, you like a child. Good job, Chris. Did you poop yourself?
I did.
Is it on me now?
Yeah.
This episode of Dude Absolutely is brought to you by the smoking section at Perkins Diner. That hasn't existed for, 15 years?
Yeah, I miss it.
You know, I gotta say, I'm right there with you. Nothing better than corned beef hash and a Marlboro Red.
Dude,
When you're 9.
my friend and I we turned 18. I think we knew that the laws were going to change pretty soon. And so we just went there all the time and would smoke and have coffee. And
I thought it was cool just to hang out in the smoking section. Yeah. I didn't even smoke.
And there was this waitress there that was super nice to us, would go above and beyond for stuff. And Christmas time was coming up, and I was like, "Hey, we should get Deb something." And he was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, man." He goes, "She's a waitress. We don't know her." I was like, "Oh yeah,
Yeah, no doubt. But she gives us those pancake deals.
yeah." She was addicted to methamphetamines.
Was she really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
My dad, this is a fucking wild story. I don't think I've ever told this.
Uh-oh.
So we used to help out some friends of ours that own a motel. Yes, but that has nothing to do with the story. So they own this motel.
And you didn't know what paneer was.
Fuck you.
Unbelievable.
You didn't like my...
You piece of shit.
Fine. Anyways, so we used to help out at this motel in town. They would pay us like $5 to be there for 3 hours. It's insane. But one time my dad is helping out because my mom had agreed to help, and then she couldn't do it, and so she was like, "Hugh, you gotta go." And he was like, "Fine." The one time that he has to go and watch the motel, he's at the front desk, and he hears 2 ladies screaming at each other. And it's coming down the hallway, and he's behind the counter and sees them emerge from the hallway struggling to get a shotgun from each other. So he didn't know who had it first, but they were trying to get it out of the other one's hands. And my dad didn't come from behind the counter, just picks up the phone, calls 911 and goes, "Yeah, there's 2 ladies with a shotgun in the lobby. You're going to need to come here." And he just stayed there. And the one lady knew of my dad and was like, "Why don't you come and help me?" And he was like, "Nope, staying back here. Hope you don't kill each other."
Dude. It's insane.
Yeah.
Christ.
And her husband, his name was Lester. Guys, guess what?
What's the molester?
He was some Lester.
Oh, that's tough.
That piece of shit gave me White Castle. I'd never had White Castle before. He's like, "You never had White Castle? Oh, you're going to love this."
And then you were in the drive.
He gives me one.
And then he was like, "You ever had a hand job?"
I was behind the counter, so I was like, you know, keep that name over there, you fucking weirdo.
Right.
Took a bite, and I put it down. I said, "That's the worst thing I've ever had."
I love White Castle.
I hate White Castle.
Dude, White
so
Castle,
much.
most underrated item on their menu?
Crinkle fries.
No. Those are properly rated. Very good.
Very good.
Most underrated item on the White Castle menu. This is going to sound so dumb, but I promise you it's fantastic. Their bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. They make bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich. They make it with English muffin toasting bread. You know the blue bread at the store?
Yeah.
Like the Yeah, they use that, and then they make you, and they're like $1. So you just hammer like 4 or 5, maybe 12 of those.
But doesn't...
I used to go there when the White Castle Maple Grove was all night, and I would go there after. I'd like hang out with people, and like this is back when I was a bit of a weed smoker. So I just,
Surprise.
Yeah, so I was. This is many years ago, but yeah, when I would get a little choppy woppy, and then I'd go into the White Castle drive-thru and I would say, "Hi guys," and they're like, "Alex, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Nothing, man. Can I get a couple sandwiches and some fries?" And they're like, "No doubt, dog. We'll see you up here." And I'd pull up, and then they're like, "What's poppin', man? How's the night going?" I'm like, "Pretty good, dude. Pretty stoned right now." And they're like, "Right on, dude. Same." And I'm like, "Cool, no doubt." And then I'd get my 3 sandwiches, and then, dude, are you smoking, dude?
No, this is water.
Dude, that was sick. How'd you do that, dude?
That was actually not a very good one.
No, it was a really bad one, but it's still funny. So anyway, yeah, I like White Castle. Mostly for the nostalgia, but also because their bacon, egg, and cheese is so good. I hated those movies.
You hated them?
Yeah. I just didn't enjoy them at all. I was like, these are...
Surprised.
You sunk my battle shit.
Yeah, I just didn't... I don't know. I thought they were kind of like the movie Waiting for me.
I hated that movie.
Yeah.
Interesting, because I loved that movie.
It's a love or hate movie, I found.
I think it's because of my love for Ryan Reynolds, though.
I do love Ryan Reynolds, but I think that is undoubtedly his worst role. Green Lantern is somehow better.
I was going to say, what?
Yeah, than Waiting. Like he's literally a pedophile, or not a pedophile, but you know what I mean? Like he's all these really creepy, weird things in that movie. And you're like, why was this popular?
It's on Netflix. I should watch it again.
That's
it's been
crazy. I didn't even
think
think about that.
Literally. Like, it's fucking weird.
I want to remind myself why I hate
He's like, there's like the whole part where she's like about to turn 18. He's like, I don't have much time left. And then fucking, I forget what his name is. The dorky guy. He's like the dorky guy in every fucking...
Justin Long?
Yeah, Justin Long is like, when has that ever stopped you? And he's like, yeah, you're right about that.
Wow.
And you're like, what the fuck?
That's so weird.
Yeah, dude, it's a very weird movie. I never liked it at all. But then, like, conversely, I like love the movie Employee of the Month, and that movie is also universally hated by a lot of people. I think that movie's hilarious. Mostly because Andy Dick is so good in that movie. And
Dude,
he's a bad person.
I'm going to put that clip in here like I always do. Whenever somebody mentions this movie, I have to put in the scene where Dane Cook pulls the party popper.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, that Employee of the Month thing isn't really working out for you, is it?
What the fuck?
That gets you the first time, but after you've seen it, you're like, eh. The best scene is
My Pokemon Go name is Ickballs.
That's good. That's good.
Somebody in public
was like...
They didn't know my real name. They only knew me because they'd seen me at raids.
Oh, okay.
And at Applebee's.
Like,
Packed house. Somebody goes, Ickballs? I was like...
No, I just came out here to Bascas. I love that scene, but my favorite Andy Dick scene in
Which one of these little kids' birthday is it? Whichever one blows out the candles.
Yeah, it's so good. He's at 4. How many kids you got? He's Jesus, Ickballs. How many kids you got? 4 to 27. So good. I do love the scene though with Andy Dick when he's like sleeping, or he's like at the glasses place, you know. And she's like, "Are my glasses done?" And he's like, "No." She's like, "I thought this was glasses in an hour." And he flips the sign around. He's like, "No, this is glasses in," and he's written in about an hour. She's like, "Are you staring at my breasts?" And he's like, "I don't know." Just the irony of that character is so funny to me. Like the eye doctor is legally blind.
Yes.
So good. And I mean, Dax Shepard is excellent in that movie.
Oh yeah.
So hateable, but excellent in it. And then, I mean, Pedro's in it.
Yes.
Which...
Did they call him Pedro?
No. His name's Jorge. And he keeps
Jorge, that's right.
Jorge.
Jorge, that's right.
The only time to this day, the only time I laugh at the use of the R word in a movie is when he goes,
"Oh yeah,
is your name Semi because you're the size of a huge Mack truck, or because you're semi?" And he's like, oh, no. Oh, man. You got a prem, dude?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I got a prem.
Okay.
So there's a lot of words that are like this. I would say like dude is a good example of this, but when you change the inflection, it changes the entire meaning of the word. But there are a few words that scare you the way the word buddy does. It's like buddy from your friends is fine, you know? Buddy from like a stranger, you're like, I'm going to fucking kill this guy. You just call me buddy. Buddy from your dad, and you're either scrubbing the bathroom floors with a toothbrush or you're about to get hit in the face. There's no other. When my dad called me buddy, I swear I was more terrified of my dad than I was the police growing up. But like when my dad called me buddy, I immediately was just like, sorry about literally everything. I will do anything. I'm so sorry.
Wait, so was buddy a bad thing?
Yeah, well, my dad would be like,
When
listen here, buddy. And you're like, oh, God.
He would do one of those.
Yeah, but your friend's like, what's up, bud? And you're like, hey, man. And then a stranger's like, hey, buddy. And you're like, hey, bud. What was that? You call me buddy? We're not friends. I'll fucking kill you.
I'm not your guy, buddy.
Yeah. And then when your dad's like, listen here, buddy. And you're like, oh.
I don't think my dad has ever said, listen here, buddy.
My dad has.
You have a very hostile father.
I don't, though. He was when I was a kid. He was a little bit more hostile than he is now.
Yeah.
Now he's like very much calmed down. He's 56, so he's like, what is there to be mad about, you know? And he is just obnoxious and funny. My dad's the guy that like he's entered the stage of his life. I'm sure you've noticed your dad does this. My father has entered the stage of his life where he will just stare at something that isn't changing and admire it and then totally zone out. And then you're like, Dad. And he's like, sorry, I was looking at the trees. And you're like, what? It's like, yeah, don't you? I mean, it's just, you know, we gotta, like, what? You don't even have a reason. You just were staring at the trees instead of listening. How boring am I? But
has your dad ever been like looking at the clouds?
yeah,
He's like, Alex,
you're an idiot.
don't those clouds right there, you see them? Don't those look just like your mom's huge tits?
No, he's never done that. I thought you were gonna say something funny.
I'm sorry.
And be like, Alex, did you see those? Look at those clouds right there. You see those clouds? Those ones right there. Yeah, don't those move the fuck out of my house, please? You know, something like that.
Alex, look at those clouds.
Yeah.
Those clouds will never be as high as you are right now. Please move out of my house.
Get the fuck out of my house or pay rent. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, his temperament has very much improved over the last several years. But I think him, I think Caitlin being a part of our lives now has really changed that. Because like my dad he realizes now like, oh, it's real. Like this isn't just some fling fucking, like we're getting married, you know? So he's like, oh, this is going to be like my daughter-in-law and she's going to be the mother of my grandchildren. So I maybe should lighten up because it's happening. The ball has begun to roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like did I tell you that he invited her to go out to lunch?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He has never, ever asked me to go out to lunch. I was like, hey, man, what the fuck is that about? He's like, I don't know. She works close. I'm like, so do I. We're 20 minutes away from each other. You prick.
Aren't you closer than she is?
No. She's in Brooklyn Park and he works in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was just like.
That's really funny.
And then I had to tell him the day before. I'm like, Dad, can you just do me a favor and like not talk shit about me the whole time to Caitlin? That'd be cool. And he's like, fine, whatever. And then that's literally what he said. He's like, fine, whatever. And then the next day, like I called Caitlin called me after lunch. She was like, I had so much fun with your dad. I'm like, good. She's like, he had so many really nice things to say about you. He was just like, yeah, she's like, he was talking you up the whole time. He's so proud of you. He literally I don't know. He said like all these things about like Alex seems to finally have found what he wants to do, and he's grown so much and all these things. And I was like, how come he doesn't tell that to me? How come he just tells me I'm an idiot all the time? I don't know. Makes me laugh.
That's really good.
Dinkus.
I did have.
You got Bev or prom?
Yeah.
Is it a one-liner? Because those are totally acceptable, and they always make me laugh.
Yeah.
Also, look at the weed that somebody I know is growing. That is weed.
That is weed.
Look at that. I mean, that's some fancy marijuana.
Is that what is it called? Dank?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to say this or not. So Elliot Page, right?
Yep.
Proud, trans, him, his,
they.
him, they pronouns,
Yep.
which is really rad.
I can't.
And it also solidified that I want to fuck dudes.
He is a good-looking dude. I will say that. Also, can't wait till he gets cast in a movie.
He's already cast.
As Elliot?
Oh, as Elliot?
That's what I'm saying. When Elliot Page is on the books.
See, I'm curious because...
It's already happened on Netflix.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Well,
they
they
changed
it for the Umbrella Academy, right? Or whatever she was in.
Any credit.
He was... So,
Yeah.
I'm working on it. But as far as like in the future, getting cast in a role and playing a male.
Yeah.
Like, that's going to happen. He's a fantastic actor.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, I was going to say, like, they were such an activist before this stuff happened that I would be surprised if they didn't, like, and rightfully so. This is their truth. But, like, going forward, writers for Umbrella Academy are going to need to adapt to that rather than being like, hey, would you mind...
Right. Which actually would be the smoothest transition.
Because
Elliot...
What was the character's name?
Well, the character that they play in that show is like pretty nondescript as far as like their gender identity in that show.
It was more
from the few episodes
sexual orientation.
I guess. Yeah, that's what I meant. Poor choice of words, but that's what I meant. Is like
so they were already kind of working in the fact that
right
at the time. Well, no, you can say she because the character is a girl,
right?
Currently,
right.
So her character, they had already transitioned her into being queer.
Yep.
So it's like, the next step. Did you find the name?
Vanya Hargreaves. Vanya, sorry.
That's right, Vanya. Which Vanya and Klaus, and the little kid, I forget what his fucking name is, but the best fucking character. Have you watched Umbrella Academy?
A few episodes.
Ooh, I love it.
I couldn't really get into it.
There's some really bad actors in it. That's the thing that it sucks because there's like incredible actors and then really bad ones.
Yeah, that's what I couldn't get past. Who's the buff guy?
I don't know, but I don't like him at all.
He's tough.
Such a terrible actor.
Yeah, it wants to be The Boys so bad, and The Boys.
Right. Well,
it's not at all obviously trying to be The Boys, but
right. I was gonna say,
but like as far as popularity and
they
quality
did exist at the same time.
Quality of actors and actresses is very different.
Very different. Oh, you're saying on the I gotcha.
On the quality
live
side.
action side of it. I got you. Okay.
The quality is different. He's hard to look at in that show. Like,
Did I get the right guy?
Yeah.
It's Tom Hopper.
Very hard to look at in that show.
Blows. Horrible actor.
Like, dude, you're so big.
And so not compelling.
And dude, your head so small. Why is your head not so big?
The guy that plays their father.
Tough.
Yeah.
He's the definition of I don't love my children. Yeah. Owies. Big time owies. All right. So that was your premise, was just
Yeah, I want it to be a joke about, because I remember seeing them when Juno came out, and they did a photo shoot where they wore boys' underwear, and they had a sign that said, "I wear boys' underwear," and I was like, I did not know I was into this.
Isn't that a weird thing? Isn't that a thing? Though it's interesting.
It is interesting.
Like, I guarantee you, not one gal in our lives would be like turned on if we showed up in one of their thongs. You know,
right?
They'd be like, no, you stretched it out and there's hair in it now. Yeah. On the other hand, if they were struggling to find a pair of their own underwear that was clean or whatever, and they were like, let me throw on some of your boxers, I'd be like, real quick, let me take those boxers back on. Because papi is muy caliente en el pantalones.
Mucho carne.
Isn't that beef? Lots of beef.
I used to say that to Jose.
Yeah.
Mucho carne.
Yeah, we used to work with these two Hispanic guys. Well, one was from Mexico, the other was from Peru. And the Peruvian one spoke not much English at all. And was it Mario?
Mario, yeah.
Tiny little Peruvian guy. He's adorable. But also ferocious. So imagine like Peruvian Manny Pacquiao. It's like kind of like the demeanor that this guy had.
Okay.
One day we're going and we're loading up like the toilet paper boxes, which is normally like very fast, loud, lots of ripping and stuff. And I hear Mario go, "Hey, drop it." And I'm like, "Oh." And I drop the box. And then he turns to Jose. And then they're talking. "Pink it up." Okay. And then that was, so Jose was teaching him how to say drop it and pick it up. But he just can't help himself. He sounds so aggressive when he says it that I was like, are we going to fight?
Am I about to throw hands?
It's fucking terrifying.
With a Latino plumber?
And then I was like, oh, okay. How do you say superior race? And
and he's like, "Sí, gallo." And you're like, no way. It's cross-cultural.
No, they taught me how to say caja, y bájalos, arriba, abuela, me gusta sus chichis.
I like your tits.
Yeah.
Cool.
¿Por qué pero en sándwich? Why is there a dog in my sandwich?
So, anyway, same time next week?
Dude,
So,
absolutely. Sorry.
if you're on YouTube and it like recommends just like a 30-minute block of commercials from the 1990s.
No.
Yeah. Well, I watched those like beginning to end because nostalgia is sad. And I realized like going through it, you remember everyone because commercials are they're fucking evil.
Right.
They're bad and kids shouldn't see them. Like they'll know that my mental decline is starting when I get older when I don't recognize the Mentos song. Like, and then like the last blissful memory I'll have before like my brain completely calcifies is going to be creepy crawlers.
I don't know what either of those things are.
Yeah, that's from the 90s.
I was going to say, I know none of this is landing.
That's good, though. Because the premise itself is good.
Yeah.
Because you could exchange literally anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, creepy crawlers. That would have been, 90s. Did you ever have one of those?
I think we did. But it wasn't the fun one. It was the ones it wasn't the ones you could eat. It was just the regular, like a rubber bug.
Yeah, my friends had the one that you could actually eat. Super cool.
It's basically like a easy bake oven.
Right.
It was just like,
boys.
yeah, it had like the little trays and then the light bulb
How
oven.
are we going to get boys to eat candy? Well, you got to make them look disgusting. Because one thing we know, boys love eating bugs.
Did you ever go to the birthday party where like the cake was substituted for worms and dirt?
Yeah.
And you were like, what is this absolute barbarian feeding me right now? And they were like, it's crushed up Oreos and chocolate pudding and more crushed up Oreos and some gummy worms. And you're like, who's eating this? And then you turn and like 13 little boys are like mashing their faces are just covered in it. And you're like, you guys have some sophistication. Do you have bagels? I'll have a bagel and cream cheese, please. This is fucking gross.
It is such a weird thought. Like, why were like creepy, like gross insects marketed towards kids?
Part of me wonders, and this is you ready for this? This is about to get real deep.
All right, let's get it.
Part of me wonders if it's because of the success of the Lion King.
I was thinking the exact same thing. That's so funny.
Slimy yet satisfying.
I wonder when, but like gummy worms,
Well, I know, but
those have been around for a grip, right?
yeah, but
But I get what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it was,
yeah.
It was like marketing the gross, disgusting,
Like
thing.
kids wishing they could be like the
Simba,
movie,
yeah.
and they took advantage of that.
Right.
It's good.
So weird that we were on the same wave. I mean, it's not weird at all because our brains are. the
We're
same,
writers.
so- yeah. Well, no, we're not. We're idiots.
Are we not?
We're idiots
Oh.
first.
Fuck.
No, I mean, don't worry
Huh?
about it. It's cool. All right, same time next week.
Well, hold on,
Uh-oh.
folks. Remember, Dude Absolutely now has its own channel. So go to iTunes or go to Apple Podcasts, type in Dude Absolutely, and our podcast will show up. I'm starting to bet by the time this episode comes out, all of our audio episodes will be there. All of the video stuff is going to stay on the same channel because it's just too much fucking work.
Right.
Like uploading an audio episode takes 5 minutes.
Right.
Uploading a video episode.
Right. Takes fava.
Yeah.
So real quick before we go, because I totally forgot, and we're gonna have to do this segment at a different time next time. But I wanted to read you the verse of my song of the week. So new seg we're doing. I'm gonna do a song of the week, and we'll go into deeper discussion in future episodes. But this is the second verse by Biggie in the song "Come On" by Biggie that came out after he died. It was in a studio session that he did with Sadat X, who's a rapper from New York. And after he died, Junior Mafia released this album called Born Again, and this verse was on it. And this verse is actually one that he used in a cypher alongside Tupac and Big Daddy Kane and this little kid named Shaheem in 1995 live at...
Did he Shaheem or he stab him?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good. Anyway, so I'm going to read it, but this is, I think, some of the best... this is one of the best verses maybe ever, and it's one that not a lot of people have heard, so that's why I want to share it.
I just realized this is a weird segment because we can't play any of the...
I know, but that's the beauty, is like I want people to go listen for themselves.
Okay.
And then my whole thing was going to be, what is, say the line at, kind of, I don't know, whatever.
I gotcha.
But anyway.
Yeah, like his Fantano does his reviews with no music in them.
Oh, he doesn't?
No, he just reviews it. And then he has links to it, but he doesn't actually play any music in it.
There you go. We're clean.
Huh.
All right. So, second verse by Biggie. I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s. The shits never end. You can't touch my riches, even if you had MC Hammer and them 357 bitches. Biggie Smalls, the millionaire, the mansion, the yacht, the 2 weed spots, the 2 hot Glocks. That's how I got the weed spot. I shot Dread in the head, took the bread and the lamb spread. Lil Gotti got the shotty to your body, so don't resist, or you might miss Christmas. I tote guns. I make number runs. I give MCs the runs drippin'. When I throw my clip in the AK, I slay from far away. Everybody hit the DECK. My slow flow's remarkable. Peace to Mateo. Now we smoke weed like Tony Montana sniff the yayo. That's crazy blunts. Mad L's. My voice excels from the avenue to jail cells. Oh my God, I'm dropping shit like a pigeon. I hope you're listening. Smacking babies that they christening. So you better grab your pistol, because if you sit still, I'm going to make your fucking shit spill. And I'm talking about buckets. Why did I have to do it? Sadat said, fuck it. You got a gun? Bust it. Because I got mo shots to pop ya. Big Papa, breaking you off something proper. Signing off as the hardcore rap singer, a.k.a. crack slinger, bring it anytime. It's one of the best verses ever. And it's in Biggie's voice. So listen to the song Come On by Biggie and Sadat X. It is so good and so underrated. Nobody talks about it. I think it's one of the best rap songs ever made.
Oh yeah, now okay, that was the other thing I was gonna say. So we gotta make a Patreon that is dedicated straight up. Because now that everything has its own RSS feed, it was a fucking mess before. Because now you can go. I'll get it set up so that Dude Absolutely has its own thing. Not So Anonymous. I don't know if we'll do a Patreon, but like, fucking Duck Duck Grey Duke will have its own thing and yada yada do. If you're already subscribed to us on YouTube, sitting pretty. You're gonna be fine. If you're on the Apples, these episodes are gonna be someplace else.
Yes.
The backlog stuff will stay, but new blizzies.
This is an opportunity for you to really show your love for Dude Absolutely. So please get out there. You know, do your thing.
Hit the subscribbles.
We love you, and we appreciate you. And
fuck Aaron M. Holt. Sorry.
Whoa. Same time next week.
Oh, wait. Dude. Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Dude, absolutely.